Activate Math Questions Week 2. A certain type of notebook costs $2.50 before sales tax is added. When you buy 9 of these notebooks, you receive 1 additional notebook free. What is average cost per notebook for the 10 notebooks before sales tax is added? So you're actually paying for 9 notebooks at the cost of $2.50 each. So when you multiply 9 by $2.50, you're paying total $22.50. But you're actually getting 10 notebooks. So when you are asked about the average cost per notebook, you'll divide the total amount you paid by the total amount of notebooks that you purchased, including that one that was free, and your average cost or your unit cost is $2.25 per notebook, which is answer choice D. So then question number 2 is a pretty straightforward linear equation. It says, what is the value of x that satisfies the equation? And then you have 2 times the quantity of x plus 4 equals 5x minus 7. So to begin solving this equation, we typically suggest to distribute the 2 to the binomial inside the set of parentheses. So we'll then have 2x plus 8 equals 5x minus 7. We need to get all of our x terms together. So I'm going to move the 2x to the other side of the equation to be with the 5x. And to move that 2x, I'll subtract it in order to cancel those x's on the left-hand side. I'm left with an 8 on the left-hand side. When I now combine my 5x and my minus 2x, I have a 3x, and then the minus 7 that was there originally. So to continue to isolate the variable, or to get x by itself, I'm going to now add 7 to both sides of the equation. So that will give me 15 equals 3x, and the 7's will cancel. And my final step is to undo the 3 that's multiplying the x by dividing both sides of the equation by 3. The 3's will cancel. 15 divided by 3 is 5, so 5 is equal to x. And since it's an equation, you can plug in to your original equation and check to make sure it works. So make sure when you plug that 5 into both sides of the equation stays balanced. So the left-hand side of the equation, or on the left-hand side of the equation, 5 plus 4 is 9, times 2 is 18. On the right-hand side of the equation, 5 times 5 is 25, minus 7 is also 18. So I've checked my answer. So the answer choice D of 5 is what I choose. Moving on to problem 3, a city utility department charges residential customers $2.50 per 1,000 gallons of water and $16 per month for trash pickup. Which of the following expressions gives a residential customer's total monthly charges in dollars for use of 1,000 gallons of water and trash pickup? So since you're looking for a monthly charge, that total monthly charge, I'm going to start here because I'm charged, or the customer is charged $16 per month for trash pickup. That doesn't depend upon how much trash they have. That's just a flat $16 fee per month. So as I'm looking at my answer choices, I see that F has a $16 charge. With G, I've got the $16 that's within the $1,016, so I don't think that's going to be my answer choice. On H, the 16 is multiplying the number of gallons or the thousands of gallons of water, so that's not going to be my answer choice. On J, the 250 and the 16 have been combined together, and those are two different charges, so that's not going to be my answer choice. But K does also have that $16 charge there. So I'm eliminating answer choices, and I've got it down to either answer choice F or answer choice K. So then I go to the $2.50 per 1,000 gallons of water that I'm going to be charged. Now, the other important piece to notice is that you're asked for the expression that reflects G 1,000 gallons of water. It's $2.50 per 1,000 gallons. So that's like in chunks of thousands already. So that's kind of been taken into account. So I'm going to go with answer choice F because this variable G is in thousands of gallons of water, and so is that $2.50 that I'm going to be charged. So again, answer choice F is what I will go with. On to question number 4. Mark and Juanita own a sandwich shop. They offer 3 kinds of bread, 5 kinds of meat, and 3 kinds of cheese. Each type of sandwich has a combination of exactly 3 ingredients: 1 bread, 1 meat, and 1 cheese. How many possible or types of sandwiches are possible? So I'll really start by kind of making a diagram. There are combinations starting with the 3 kinds of bread. So one sandwich consists of bread, and we've got 3 kinds. So there's kind 1, B for bread, kind 2, and kind 3. Okay. Now, after you take care of your bread, you have a meat, and there are 5 choices for meat. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 choices, and that 5 will also be for type of bread number 2 and type of bread number 3. So really I would have 3 of these kind of diagrams total, but I'm just going to create one and then we'll multiply to get the other. So I've taken care of my meats. And then there are 3 kinds of cheese. So for each bread, you've got 5 meats. And then with each meat, then you've got a choice of 3 cheeses. So each meat would have 1, 2, 3 different types of cheese choices. So if we choose the first type of bread, and then our 5 different choices for meat, and our 3 different choices for cheese, we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different sandwiches just from that first type of bread. But then the second type of bread is also going to have 15 possibilities. The third type of bread will also have 15 possibilities. So if you take the 15 possibilities from the first type, added to the 15 possibilities for the second type, and the 15 possibilities for the third type, in all, there are 45 possible combinations for sandwiches. So moving on to the last question for week 2. If a squared equals 49 and b squared equals 64, which of the following cannot be a value of a plus b? So a squared equals 49 and b squared equals 64. So if I want to solve these 2 equations in order to get a and then as well as b by themselves, I'm going to need to square root both sides of the equations in order to undo the squared power. Now when we do that, the square root operation undoes the power of 2 of the squared, so I'm left with a. Now whenever you decide it is necessary to take a square root in order to solve an equation, you always want to consider the positive and the negative square roots. And the square root of 49 is 7. So 7 times 7 is 49, and negative 7 times negative 7 is also 49. So a can be either positive 7 or negative 7. And the same thing is true for b. As I square root both sides of the equation, the square root operation undoes the squaring of my b variable. And then whenever you decide when solving an equation that it is necessary to take the square root, you have to include both the positive and the negative root, and the square root of 64 is 8. So again, 8 times 8 is 64, but also negative 8 times negative 8 is 64. So you've got 4 numbers here, negative 7, positive 7, negative 8, and positive 8, to use to see which of these 4 numbers could I add together and get some of the values for your answer choices. Well, I can come up with negative 15 because I can add negative 7 and I can add negative 8 to get negative 15. So since my directions say cannot, I'm going to eliminate negative 15 because I can get a value of negative 15 when I add those two numbers together. My second answer choice is negative 1. Well, if I add negative 8 and positive 7 together, I will get negative 1. So that answer choice is eliminated because I can get that value. Now positive 1. If I add negative 7 and positive 8 together, I will get a sum of positive 1. So that answer choice is eliminated. And then I can also get a sum of 15 by adding positive 7 and positive 8 together. So since I can get a sum of 15, that answer choice is eliminated. I cannot add any of those 4 numbers together and get a sum of 113, so that is the correct answer choice for number 5.